barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free. Hit the subscribe button. Figured I'll do a video on the way to get Lincoln and Kennedy. Since I did one after I dropped them off. Yeah, I remember when Amir Khan fought Terrence Crawford, and Amir Khan got a $7 million guarantee. Do you know who negotiated that as a visiting fighter? Al Haymon. Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter. Sean Porter as the visiting fighter. These are the two pay-per-views that I could think of that's been on Top Rank. Al Haymon as a visiting fighter guaranteed Sean Porter $4 million. If it's not going to do uber numbers, like an extreme amount of great numbers, where you got Floyd versus somebody and this and that, where you can guarantee them large amounts of money, or according to Eddie Hearn, I just got to finish watching the Boxing Voice. I saw half the show when they played the Eddie Hearn interview. He said if it's a big fight, we don't put out guarantees because everybody knows the real numbers. I think Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence is a wild card. It does somewhere between 400 and $1 million plus. If they can get lightning in the bottle. Remember how Deontay Wilder got lightning in the bottle with, the people, and the momentum flew into the second fight because it was a draw, and Wilder and Fury kept talking and kept training, and it was fun to be a part of that. Keep it a buck with you for the whole year. It was really fun, and but I'm just here to tell y'all, man, I was thinking this analogy. I remember in college when I used to be young and dumb and take risks. You got a condom in your back pocket or in your wallet, and you're telling the girl that you're about to sleep with, I ain't got a condom. I ain't got a condom, man. Just let me put the head in. Let me put the tip in. Y'all remember them days when you were 19 and 20 years old? And y'all remember that? And to secure it, all you got to do is just drop your pride and just do what the statistics tell you to do. Well, just do what the statistics tell you to do. Errol Spence doesn't want a guarantee. You put down the guarantee and you publicly embarrass Terrence Crawford if he doesn't accept it. The math is simple, man. And I stand by what I said. Al Haymon negotiated both sides for the fight not to happen. And Malcolm X, out to Malcolm X. I just leaving work. And it's incredibly important that we realize there's no A-level PBC fighter that has fought twice in 2021 or 2022. Even 2020, I would say. People gonna say, well, it's a pandemic. Well, we've been out of the pandemic in terms of boxing for just over a year, where fighters are fighting, and it's really working out to the fans' favor. Fans are coming back. We may have had certain locations that we could and couldn't do, but by all intents purposes, we've been out of the pandemic in terms of boxing for over a year, in terms of fans being able to come, etc., etc., etc. I wish us as this boxing shit is a microcosm of the black community. Fuck you, nigga. I can't believe we talking like that. I really can't believe two black fighters, there's no racism involved. It's just us. It's just us. You got a black manager, black promoter, two black fighters, and we can't get the fight. The person who's supposed to make the fight didn't make the fight. Why don't you guarantee Terrence Crawford $10 million with a small upside on the pay-per-view? That's what should have happened, man. I don't care where you at, where you come from. Terrence Crawford is the visiting fighter, like Amir Khan and Sean Porter. Al Haymon did not go to a visiting promoter because Terrence Crawford is his own promoter now. Whether you think he's a bad businessman or good businessman, he still wants a guarantee, and the reality is that's where we're at, man. And I'm not disappointed we didn't get the fight. I wish we would have had the fight. I'm just waiting for a fight so I can do my first hosting event at my new crib. And that's all. I want to give it. I don't want to entertain people for 6 hours. If there's a fight, I only got to entertain people for 2 hours. Where I can get entertainment. We can watch the fight, have a comedian and some live music afterwards, and let the DJ run us into the end of the night. You know what I mean? If you got a fight, shit, the fight goes off at 9. You only got to entertain literally for 3 hours. And everyone start leaving. But the good thing about it is the next big fight will be in the spring and the summertime. So with that being said, I ain't got to go rent no heat lamps. Well, with my backyard, I should invest in some heat lamps. So maybe I'll just go buy 4 to 6 heat lamps but then I don't want the storage problem. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll just rent the heat lamps. You know what I mean? But I'm getting ahead of myself, obviously. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, Al Haymon got guarantees when he was the visiting promoter on another network. And this is why, now, you can argue either way, but the facts will remain the facts, man. You just got to check people's history. Like, do you let your drunk uncle borrow $1,000? Nah, you got his Carfax, right? You don't do it. And that's where we got to be as human beings, man. You know what I was thinking too? There's a lot of understanding others when you live with a woman. I'm going to say this blindly because I don't know. I'm willing to bet the extreme people that hate Errol Spence and that hate Terrence Crawford don't live with a woman. Their baby daddy, how would I say it? Their baby daddy, they're fighting child support. Because if you live with a woman, hopefully it's one woman with all your kids, you understand the big picture. You understand, like, okay, I'll revisit this next week. I ain't gonna do it now. I'll do it next Saturday, next Sunday. That's the level of negotiating or task mastering that you understand living with a woman. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess between the comments and the content creators. I'm willing to bet you. I'm willing to bet 70%. Is that a C? I'm gonna say 75% of the people complaining don't live with a woman. But that correlates with the statistic that I vehemently hate about black men. 7 out of 10 black men, black children don't live with their 2 biological parents. So you can honestly say you got men in their second childhood. Men go through 2 childhoods, man. And I'm gonna say this, man. I grew up without a father, as you guys know. And I said on my show about 6 months ago, if you guys remember, you gotta rid yourself of that estrogen. You know what I mean? You gotta rid yourself of that, because I can see in my younger days when I was high strung, but now I'm very methodical and mature, and I'm not over emotional over the simplest things. You know what I mean? If my brownie is cold and I want it hot, I'll just say no thank you. I'll go somewhere else. You know, If someone cuts me off in traffic, okay, just let them go. You know, especially when I got family in the car. So that's just it, man. You learn these things when you, and I'm not being mean or anything, but I'm just being genuine. You learn these things when you live with a woman. 100%. 100%. So anyways, man, y'all have a great day, man. And I just thought I'll just fill that out, man, because if 7 out of 10 men, I would say, I don't know the statistics, I just know on the whole number are there are 7 out of 10 men that are too emotional. And I can't understand how can you hate Terrence Crawford? I can't understand how you can hate Errol Spence. I really, really can't. I don't get it, how you can hate him. You know, the year and a half that I was on Terrence Crawford's bumper, I never hated him. Always called him Terrence Crawford. Never disrespected him. I disagreed with him, and his camp thought I was disrespecting him, but I never did. Always honored him as a father. Same thing I say about LeBron. Great father. Same thing. I just don't like how the Democratic Party is using him. Don't like it at all. At all. You know, so I feel the same way about how Al Haymon is using these black fighters. And I have the language of Al Haymon's contract on my desk at home. So I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to make it the backdrop. So all y'all emotional men can just read the facts, man. And it's an official document from court proceedings. And so you guys can see it as of 2018. So if it was from 2018, that means all your favorite fighters were under this contract at some point or another. Maybe they renegotiated. I don't know. But that's the reality of this thing, man. And y'all have a great day, man. And barbershop conversations. Don't forget, Al Haymon negotiated $7 million for Amir Khan and $4 million for how you say it? Remember, they didn't go to purse bid, and for Sean Porter. So, anyways, they negotiated before it went to purse bid. Remember, I was all excited about it going to purse bid because it really would have told us how much money PBC had, you know, if they would have bidded on it. So, but anyways, man, y'all have a great day. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. We got checks and balances out there. 9 wives. And I got the same costume designers as Black Panther. So y'all know the amount of money I spent on getting counsel in terms of the costume designs. And when you watch the film, you'll see the costume design is time appropriate, especially in 9 Wives. Oh man, the costume design is fucking amazing. So anyways, y'all have a great day. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.